Hello there, here's the world news with Ty Balofin. Headlines of the news. TB Joshua buried amidst tears and emotion. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu gave an account of his relationship with the late pastor. President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria offers fresh appointment to ex-INEC boss Professor Atahiru Jega. Biden nominates Los Angeles Mayor Garcetti to be U.S. ambassador to India. Israel swears in Isaac Herzog as the 11th president. An African king, King Adifarakomi Agbede, buries father, prince, with pomp and pageantry. Pope recovers from surgery. Entertainment, Burna Boy says Wizkid is not his competition. Here is the main news. Pastor TB Joshua buried amidst tears and emotion. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu gave an account of his relationship with late Pastor Joshua. Top pastors and religious leaders expected to attend were absent as the founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, Temitope Balogun Joshua, was laid to rest Friday. TB Joshua laid to rest in the church premises at Ikotun, Lagos. He died a few days to his 50th birthday anniversary. Our Lagos correspondent reports.
It is with deep reflection and sobriety that I stand before this great congregation of the people of God to honor our dear son and brother. We are proud to say it's our dear son because it came from us. He is a gift to the world. Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua. The people of Ondo State, Nigeria, and the entire world, we have lost a rare gem. Some will say a rara vidi. Very rare. A special breed. A worthy citizen and a true son of Ondo State. His passing, because I hate to use the word death, is indeed a great loss, not only to us as a people in Ondo State, not only a loss to his hometown, Arigidi Akoko, but a loss to humanity. A man of humble beginning, very humble indeed. You need to get to Arigidi and know where it started. Very humble. The indelible prints and impacts of our brother, Prophet TB Joshua, are visible not only in our state, Ondo State, they are visible in several parts of Nigeria, and in fact, throughout the world. No wonder this is a world congregation. I am now too sure.
President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria offers fresh appointment to ex-INEC boss Professor Atahiru Jega, the former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, as chairman governing council of the University of Jos. Minister of Education Malam Adamu, while addressing journalists in Abuja Thursday, said President Buhari also approved the appointment and reassignment of chancellors of 42 federal universities. Two former ministers, Professor Anthony Onwuka and Udo Udoma, were also appointed chairman of Governing Council. White House says U.S. President Joe Biden has nominated Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti to be the U.S. ambassador to India. As if confirmed by the Senate, Garcetti, 50 years old, will replace Kenneth Gessler, who served as the U.S. ambassador to India during Trump administration. Eric M. Garcetti has been the mayor of the city of Los Angeles since 2013, following 12 years as a member of the city council, including 6 as council president. Israel swears in Isaac Herzog as 11th president. Former Labour Party leader Isaac Herzog took office Wednesday as Israel's 11th president, succeeding Reuven Rivlin. Herzog took his oath of office at a festive ceremony in the Knesset to Christ of Long Live the President from its lawmakers. He kicked off his 7-year term with a pledge to serve as a president for all and work to tone down the country's divisive rhetoric. During his speech, Herzog stressed the country's obligation towards its minorities. Our Israeli correspondent reports.
אני, יצחק בן חיים הרצוג, זכרו לברכה, כאן אצל משכן נשיאי ישראל, וממנו אל מסע בין קווי השסע והשבר בתוככי החברה הישראלית. מסע שמטרתו למצוא את המאחד בתוך ההבדלים, את המאחה בין הקרעים, מסע מיועד למצוא מחדש אותנו. אצא לדרך הזאת במטרה לפגוש את הכאב, להישיר אליו מבט, להטות אוזן ולב לקושי ולחששות, גם בנקודות הנפיצות ביותר.
עשירי ראובן רובי ריבלין מעביר את נס הנשיא לנשיא המדינה יצחק הרצוג.
האיש הנכון במקום הנכון, לא כדי להכביר מילים, אלא כדי לומר בדיוק מה שאני חושב. אתה הנשיא הנכון במקום הנכון בזמן הנכון.
And in Ghana, President Akufo-Addo commissions 4-tier Pocas interchange, first of its kind in West Africa. The President of the Republic, Akufo-Addo, has commissioned the 4-tier Pocas interchange. The interchange, the first of its kind in Ghana and West Africa, and the second of its kind in Africa, was commissioned Friday. President Akufo-Addo says the completion of the interchange will be of help to solve once and for all the nightmare endured for several decades in Ghana. Our correspondent in Ghana reports. An African king, King Adefarakomi Agbede, buries prince father with pomp and pageantry. The Olowa of Igbaruki, Oba King Adefarakomi Agbede, buries father, Prince Ezekiel Agbede, who passed away at the age of 94. Our correspondent in Nigeria reports.
When a man's journey is concluded, it goes in the whisper of silence. And no matter the age of our parents, we will always want them to be around forever. But when they eventually pass, we look back onto their lives and celebrate their existence. Such was the life of Prince Ezekiel Abiodun Agbede, who the entire Igbaroke community celebrated when he passed on to life beyond at the ripe old age of 94. He was a retired police officer married to Olori Florence Omitade Agbede, and they both had children, amongst whom is His Royal Majesty Dr. Francis Adefarakomi Agbede. As people came to pay last respects at the wake-keep, which was well attended, more importantly, the wife of the Ondo State Governor, Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu, was in attendance. It was glaring that a true man of peace had retired. From the humble and benevolent service at the St. Paul's Anglican Church to the interment, the pomp and pageantry showcase was beyond remarkable.
At the end of your sojourning here on earth, Christ alone can enable you. Christ alone can strengthen you. Christ alone can empower you.
What we miss is support, his gentleness, and his occasional assistance in issues when he's called upon to assist.
My daddy is a complete gentleman. He's so gentle. He's a simple man, cool-headed man. He doesn't keep malice.
The event was well attended by the high and mighty of the society, of which was Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State, the Alaafin of Oyo, Deji of Akure, and many others were present at the occasion.
My advice to Agbede family, he has produced a very renowned supper. So all what he needs to do is to gather his half brother, son brother. They should not allow segregation within the family.
To his family, he will never be forgotten. To friends, colleagues, and those he has touched, he was one of a kind.
Whenever I come in to see him, the first thing my father-in-law does, he will just smile. He will welcome me with smile.
He has always been there for me and my husband, even my children. Anytime we're doing anything in Abuja, grandma and grandpa, they are wonderful. I love him and I miss him.
Papa has never raised his hand on me since That was one. Since I grew up to know this is my dad. Been a wonderful man. I've learned a lot of lessons from Baba. I learned a lot from Baba because Baba has always is a gentleman to the core.
This was a send-off so unique, a story so unforgettable, of a journey that started and ended with great praise. Ezekiel Abiodun Agbede, adieu.
Secretary General welcomes decision to extend cross-border mechanism in northwest Syria. Reiterating importance of humanitarian access, the Secretary General welcomes the Security Council's decision to extend the United Nations cross-border mechanism in northwest Syria via the Babla Hour border crossing. Cross-border humanitarian assistance remains a lifetime for millions of people in the area and beyond. Hong Kong bans protest slogans and images ahead of the president's visit. Hong Kong police has banned political banners, protest slogans, and images ahead of the president's visit to avoid embarrassment. The security operations of the autonomous territory will see at least 9,000 police officers being deployed during the 3-day visit by President Jinping, starting Thursday, with parts of its city being locked down, local media. U.S. accepts its hegemony is warning, says China's Foreign Vice Minister Li Yucheng has called on Washington to accept that American hegemony is in decline, but insisted it will be difficult to overtake the United States even within a relatively long period of time. The U.S. was still the leading power in terms of strength, but its adoption of a Cold War mentally and creation of small clubs. The Nigerian Consul General in New York, Ambassador Lord Egopija, has set a policy to serve Nigerians in the U.S. better. A New York correspondent reports.
The library was instituted by my predecessor, and it was designed to ensure that Nigerians use it as a resource to getting information, and the cultural aspect which we are emphasizing on is as a result of the fact that we need to promote our culture. The Nigerian culture is known everywhere. People identify with Nigerians by the mode of our dressing, and the way our cuisines are also cultural. But what we are bringing to the library is to make it a cultural library where we have our artifacts displayed. We also have our indigenous clothing displayed, to let people know, especially the second and third generation Nigerians who have not had the opportunity of visiting Nigeria, to come and see things for themselves and begin to know they begin to associate with the proud culture which they have found themselves in. We are expecting that the cultural library will be developed to the extent that we will have cultural shows. We will have to have cultural shows because Nigeria is a multicultural society.
Furthermore, the Consul General also opened a new library that will serve the Nigerian community and other communities in New York area.
As a new library, we welcome donations from well-meaning individuals, corporate organizations who would want to bring or donate books that will be useful for Nigerians in diaspora, especially the younger Nigerians, the second and third generation Nigerians in diaspora. This depicts motherhood in the Yoruba culture, bathing her child.
I'm proud to be the first person to make use of this library. The facilities are great. There's a lot of space, quiet, and I've really enjoyed working here so far. And I can't wait to tell my friends about how unique the opportunity is here to study in such a place with supportive individuals.
The United Nations Security Council tackled a bitter regional dispute Thursday over a massive dam built by Ethiopia and the main tributary of the Nile River. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, is the source of an almost decade-long diplomatic standoff between Ethiopia and downstream nations Egypt and Sudan. Correspondent reports.
Outside UN headquarters, Ethiopian protesters gathered. They didn't want this meeting to take place. To demonstrate that point, unlike Egypt and Sudan, Ethiopia didn't send its foreign minister to this meeting. Instead, it was represented by its water and irrigation minister.
The African Union is seized of the matter and is ably facilitating our negotiation. That is why it is regrettable that our sisterly countries opted to bring the matter to the Security Council.
It was Sudan and Egypt that had demanded this meeting, saying the fact that Ethiopia is again filling the dam amounts to a threat to international peace and security.
It is not an overstatement to affirm that for Egypt, the GERD is an existential threat. This is a situation that Egypt cannot and will not tolerate.
Later, I pressed the foreign minister on what action his country was prepared to take. So are there circumstances where you would consider military action?
The matter of Egypt's protection of the rights of its citizen is inherent and is a matter that necessarily any responsible government would apply itself to.
Pope Francis is gradually resuming work. His walk-in and his blood test are satisfactory and is continuing the prescribed treatment following last week's surgery. According to spokesman for the Holy See Saturday, the 84-year-old pontiff entered surgery in Rome's Gemelli's Hospital last Sunday, hours after conducting the traditional Angelus prayer in St. Peter's Square. Celestial Church of Christ former Board of Trustees have been advised by the judge to settle the matter out of court, or he will have no alternative to send someone to jail. Entertainment news. Burna Boy says Wizkid is not his competition, with a dominant run that came with a Grammy Award win and a nomination. Burna Boy is considered the face of Afrobeats along with other superstars, including Wizkid. But in a recent interview, the 30-year-old singer downplayed the competition between him and Wizkid. The African Giant's singer seems unimpressed with DJ Woo Kid's suggestion that Wizkid is a competition in the Best Global Music Album category of the Grammy Awards. Correspondent reports.
Now, we're on two very different lanes in life, you know, and the only similarity really is the fact that we're from the same place and we love each other. You get me? Like, you get me? That's what brings us together, is where we're from and the love we have for each other. Other than that, it's like we're on two different lanes, man. Wiz is about, you get me? Wiz is all about the me. I'm about too many, you know, I'm about real life, you know what I mean? And the
Headlines of the news. TB Joshua buried amidst tears and emotion. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu gave an account of his relationship with the late pastor. President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria offers fresh appointment to ex-INEC boss Professor Atahiru Jega. Biden nominates Los Angeles Mayor Garcetti to be U.S. ambassador to India. Israel swears in Isaac Herzog as the 11th president. An African king, King Adifarakomi Agbede, buries father, prince, with pomp and pageantry. Pope recovers from surgery. Entertainment, Burna Boy says Wizkid is not his competition. Sports news, soccer final will boost or bust your stock portfolio.